What's up, guys? It's Thursday, November 6th, 2:04 p.m., and let's check out what's going on in the crypto market. So basically, we came down and tapped the level I was sharing in the Discord. If you're not already in the Discord, link is in the bio, market updates section. We came down to that 2-day 200 moving average. As you can see here, tapped it not once, but twice. So 99,000 for that red one, and then we have around 98,000 for the yellow one. So far holding the line, which is good. We need to see that happen. You can see that if I hide these, that this whole bull market, we've been holding that 200 moving average. You can see back 2024 support, back 2025 support, and right now as we speak. And coinciding with that, you can see when we came down these 200 moving averages, look at the bottom here, you can see that it's yellow. That's fear. Just like when we came down to it in 2025, see the yellow? Fear. Now where we're at currently, we're at the 200 moving average. See this yellow? Fear. Each time we saw a bounce, it was the start of the next big move. So far, we're still holding up. You know, we're not dead yet. We're still holding up in the bull market structure, but we're hanging on by a thread. Because as you can see here, if we go back to the past, so it served as like the make or break point of whether we're heading into a bear market or not. We can see that back in 2017, 2018, when we finally broke the 200 moving averages in 2018 and flipped the EMA ribbon to red in tandem with that. You can see we broke below, flipped the EMA ribbon to red, came back up and got rejected by the 200 moving averages, came back down, rejected, and then we had our capitulation bear market. And then in the previous bull market, we came down to it in 2021 in the summer. We held the line. We saw the EMA flip red, but we didn't break the 200 moving averages. We gave one more move up for a double top, came back down, was holding it for a little bit, the 200 moving averages in November, December 2021. But we saw the EMA ribbon flip red. We were trying to hold, but we broke below. And then we tried to come up and get back above, and we couldn't. Rejected for months. And then ultimately we came back down and the bear market set in. So where we're at right now is we are actually starting to see the flip of the EMA ribbon from green to red as we speak. But that's okay, because we're still holding the 200 moving average. Where things would get pretty bad is if we break the 200 moving averages and then we see this EMA ribbon really start to go beat red and cross down, break below, come back up and can't break back above. That's where things will start to get bleak as far as the top might have been set already. But we're not at that point right now. So we have this clear level of knowing if we're still okay with the bull market structure. That's 98,000. As long as we're above there, we're still okay for a nice move back up to try to hit a new all-time high. If we take a look at the momentum here, and if we can get that 2-day buy now signal as well too, get back above like 108,000, but ideally getting back above like 113, then that will be a great sign for another move up. But if we look at the momentum, we got a ways to go. We got a ways to go to see this momentum start to kick back up. We're still going down, but that's on the 2-day chart. How we're going to gauge it to kind of catch it ahead of time to see if we're starting to change the trend is we got to go down on the time frames. So 1-day chart, we're still headed down here. Let's go to the 12-hour. We're starting to bottom out, and you can see that we're at levels that we've seen previous bottoms at. If I take this horizontal array here, you can see that when we come down to this level, like late September, we saw our cross up there. Mid-October, we saw our cross up there, and now we're back at the same spot. We can see a cross up and then decisively get back above this zero line in the TSI. We'll have a nice double bottom, and then we can send it up in a big way to try to hit a new all-time high. So the 12-hour, it's still heading down, though. We haven't seen a U-turn yet. If we go down to 11-hour, we're trying to cross. You already started to see a little bit of a cross, or it's trying to, but we're now starting to cross back down. We go to a 9-hour chart, not quite there yet, but we're getting hung up, which is good. 8-hour chart, not quite there yet. 6-hour chart, we tried, but now we're crossing. We're starting to roll back. If we go to a 4-hour chart, we've crossed up and now we're starting to come down. So we could see one more cross down in this short time frame like that on the 4-hour. and then a cross up at that point. So that's what we'll be watching, these smaller time frames to gauge it. So that's where we're at right now. We need these smaller time frames to start kicking up, get above that zero line. That will change the medium time frames to roll back up with momentum to give us another shot of a new all-time high. So that's that. Looking at others, we came down to right to that key level I had mentioned in the Discord, and I think in my previous, I forget when the last time I did a update was, but I'm pretty sure I covered this in the last update, but I put it in the Discord, I know that. This green box, we came right down to the bottom of it, around 220 billion, saw a nice bounce, came up, came right down today to touch the top of that, which is around 227 billion, and so far getting a nice bounce. If we were to break the top of the box, we're likely going to come down to the bottom of the box. If we break the bottom of the box, we're likely coming down to this next green shaded zone, around 200 to 203 billion. Key support, you can see as far as the market structure going back years, you can see that was a key area, but as well as I'm pretty sure it's a 786. So if we take this low to the high up here, yeah, it's a 786. That's why I have it marked. In tandem, it's coinciding with these trend lines, this upward sloping trend line support as well too, right there as well. And I can even put a trend line kind of touching these lows here as well. And you can see it kind of lines up with there as well too, depending on when we get to there. Maybe it's late November, if we even do. So we have our levels for others. If we want to get back to going to the upside, we need to break back above these levels, 252 billion to 255 billion will get us above this horizontal red line and above this downward sloping channel. We would need to hold it as support. And then if we can break up above 270 billion, we could see a move like that, like a grand reversal turnaround like we saw back in 2024. So that's what we're watching. For now, it's just going to be choppy. We need to look at Bitcoin. As long as it's holding at those key levels, then others has a chance. And Bitcoin dominance is maintaining below the key level of like 61%. And it looks like we're starting to really start to break down now, which is good. So we're getting some good signs of a potential short-term reversal here. We're going to have to watch it close. And you can see that we actually have a 12-hour prepare to sell soon. The last time that we saw a 12-hour prepare to sell soon was late June. And then we saw the sell now, and then we all know what happened in July. We flew. So maybe we could see the same thing here. We get that sell now in November, and then by December or late November, we start to really fly again, heading into the end of the year. So that's what I'm watching. If we go to the 3-day chart, Bitcoin dominance, we're maintaining below that 50 moving average on the 3-day, which is key. That's what we need to stay below, and we need to come down and break below this trend line support like that. So getting back below like 59.5% will bring us down. It will be a good move for alts. So that is gonna be it. Let me actually just check what's going on everywhere else. Wow. Filecoin with a massive 53% move today. See, that's why, I don't think it's time to pack it up. I don't. You're seeing stuff like this happen. And Filecoin could be the next one to pull like a Zcash Dash type of move. That's not something to fade. That's pretty big. So, wow. That's going to be it. I'll see you guys in the Discord. Link is in the bio for that. And I'll see you guys in the next video.